Good morning, viewers. My name is Natalia Amutana, and welcome to our third program for Accounting Grade 9. Our topic for today is how to draw up final accounts. The lesson objectives are: 1. Explain the purpose of preparing final accounts. 2. Explain the purpose of the trading account as well as the profit and loss account. 3. Draw up a trading account. 4. Draw up a profit and loss account. And 5. Explain gross profit and net profit. The purpose of the final account is to determine the profit or loss for the business. The business has to draw up a trading and profit and loss account. The trading account is a final account where at the end of each financial period, the business calculates the gross profit. The gross profit is the profit made when the cost of sales is deducted from the sales of the business. The accounts that are used in the trading account are the opening stock and the closing stock, the sales, which is sales minus sales retains, the purchases, which is purchases minus purchases retains, and the carriage inwards. Let us now look at how to record these accounts in the trading account. Number 1. On the debit side, we record the opening stock, where we only write stock, and in brackets we write the date of the beginning of the financial year. Secondly, we enter the purchases as well as the carriage inwards. 2. On the credit side, we record the sales and the closing stock, and we write stock instead and put the dates of the end of the financial year in brackets. Number 3. The purpose of the trading account is to determine the gross profit. So we add up the credit side and write the amount in the total column on both sides. We then add up the debit side and deduct it from the credit side to determine the gross profit. Number 4. We record the difference on the debit side on top of the total column, and in details column we write profit and loss because we are transferring this amount to our profit and loss account. A double entry must be applied at all times. And lastly, the dates should always be that of the end of the financial year, showing clearly the year, month, and a day. The profit and loss account is a final account where at the end of the financial period, the business calculates the net profit or the net loss. The net profit is the profit made when expenses are deducted from the gross profit and other incomes. The net loss is when the expenses are greater than the gross profit and other income. The accounts that are used in the profit and loss accounts are the gross profit transferred from the trading account, all other income accounts not yet used, and all other expenses account not yet used in the trading account. Let's look at how to record these accounts in the profit and loss account. On the debit side, we enter all other expenses not used in the trading account. For example, rent paid, stationery, insurance, interest on loan, bad debts, and etc. On the credit side, we enter the gross profit, and in the details column, we write trading account and not gross profit. We also enter all other income not yet entered in the trading account. For example, rent received, bad debts recovered, interest on fixed deposit, etc. The purpose of the profit and loss account is to determine the net profit or net loss made by the business. So we compare the two sides, which is now the debit side and the credit side, by adding each side and writing the biggest amount in the total column on both sides. We then deduct the two sides from one another. We record the differences on the smallest side on top of the total amount, and in the details column we write capital because we are transferring this amount to our capital account. A double entry must be applied to all. Take two. A double entry must be applied at all times. The dates should always be that of the end of the financial year, showing clearly the year, month, and day. Let us again refresh our minds on what we have learned today. We have learned the purpose of preparing final accounts and also showed a completed trading and profit and loss account. Before we say goodbye, let us look on the questions based on what we have learned today. A. What is the purpose of preparing final accounts? B. Mention the accounts entered in the trading account and also the ones entered in the profit and loss account. Until next time, goodbye.